Okay, so this is going to be my final presentation and video assignment for Financial Literacy BUSG 1304 with Professor PK at Collin College. Hello, Professor PK and students. My name is Ryan Swindell. So in my presentation, I'm going to be discussing all of our assignments. I'll just go through them, telling you what I learned as I go. And at the end, we'll have some tips to make the class better, as well as what I'm going to call my MVP or most valuable project I did in the class that changed the way I think about finances. And then last, I think we'll follow it up with a meme. So this quote I found about Abraham Lincoln I really like. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. I really think this ties in really well with what at least I have learned in financial literacy so far, which is you need to start thinking about retirement now. Or ideally, I should have thought about retirement when I was 18 or even younger instead of 32, which I am now. So the first assignment we did was budget analysis, and I think budgeting is a lifelong tool that I'm gonna have to just keep doing for the rest of my life. It doesn't always come out in this project, my actual percentages, or like I need to save more, or at least more than I am. I save about 10% of all my earnings. I probably should be saving a quarter of it, especially if whatever career I get into, I'm not making that much money because what we'll talk about later, which was the magic number assignment. So I need to save more, or at least more than I am now, which was 10%. And then as I was going through it, I would recommend, like in a budget, saving separately for emergencies, because a budget can't predict like you getting in a car accident, or a budget can't predict a family member getting sick and you having to care for them, or it could be like in a medical emergency. Budgeting can't predict those things, but it helps as a tool to project your like potential earnings, and as a tool to mitigate like what life is going to throw your way, so you'll have money in order to handle it in the future. So I thought that should be added in there, but yeah. The next assignment was 401k and our IRA assets. So in this, you can see I probably did it slightly different than y'all with my expenditures in Roth IRA, because I think the project was a little, it didn't go, not went over my head, but I think I need to learn more about Roth IRAs. So Roth IRA is the single best option for retirement funds, in my opinion, because it basically seems like cheaper free money in the long term, versus like if you have a 401k and then the people you work for are not adding into it, then you're just, I don't know, saving. It's not as beneficial. I think the Roth IRA one is better because you're paying for the taxes before it's going to cost more, you know? Or, yeah. So money can be used to work on your behalf through compound interest. I thought that was really interesting. The fact that if you were to like put your money under your mattress, it's not doing anything for you. I didn't know that money can actually work in your favor, in your benefit. You can put it into Roth IRAs, you can put it into, mutual funds, indexes, that's whatever, in order to make more money in the future. And as we learned in the assignments, money now is always worth more than money later. So everything gets more expensive. And if you're not making your money work for you in the future, then you're an idiot. No. You should be. You should have your money work for you. It's the only thing that's really like its own self-generating commodity, Okay, so here's some of the questions that we're supposed to answer in the project. So how has this course changed the way that you look at money? If money isn't working for you to make more money, then it's being wasted. That's changed the way I thought about money. It's a tool that you can use to make more. So I used to view it as a means to an end. So I get money because I want to go out to eat or pay for my mortgage or whatever. But through the course, I found that it's a commodity that can self-generate. So you can use money to make more money. And I don't know about y'all, but I want more money. So do you feel more confident when it comes to your financial affairs? Yes and no. I believe that I know more than I used to. But it's also, like I was saying earlier, financial literacy is like a lifelong learning process. Taxes can change, laws can change, the amount of purchasing power that money is even worth changes as you get older, and then if you have kids, like there's so many different things that's gonna keep popping up as your life grows. You're gonna have to learn more about different things, and especially when it comes to laws and taxes and things. It could be different in 30 years, or well, hopefully, because I said I wanted to retire at 62 or something, 63, right? So that's 30 years. So maybe something will be different in 30 years. I don't know. So the next project that we did was the magic number. I would like to put also known as the most humbling project in my entire life that I've ever done. So okay, you can see here, if I wanted to retire at 62, I will need about $3.51 million. And I will probably have 991,000. So not enough money. I either need to earn more, retire later, or just be saving a whole lot more money, because essentially my plans of retiring at 62 are unsustainable. It's just not going to happen. So my career choices are going to change depending. I mean, ideally I make more money. I put, for the sake of the project, that I would be like a solar sales representative or something, which I doubt it, but you know, maybe my career choice will change how much money I can get. And you know, maybe I will be able to retire at 62 based off of how much money I'm making. So in the magic number, I think it's really important to assume that Social Security is not going to be enough. I mean, I don't even know if the laws are going to change, but I even saw on the internet somewhere that there's not enough, like Social Security isn't even sustainable now, because as the generation gets older, there's not enough people to actually like work to give them. So it's not going to be enough. You're going to need a 401k. You're going to need the Roth IRA. I'm going to need to make more money. I'm going to need to save more. Hopefully Social Security will give me something. It's probably not going to be enough. And the magic number is an estimation that doesn't take into account life in totality. So I put that, like I was saying, this magic number doesn't take into account you may get an inheritance. You may have life insurance policy on your parents, then they pass away. And I mean, just a sad fact, ideally they pass before you do. I don't want that to happen. I love my family, but you know what I mean? So it's not going to take into account all these different things that can happen to you, or if you have to take care of a sick parent, a sick family member, emergencies, life. It doesn't take into that account. The magic number it's not magic. The magic number is a projection of what you would have to be at, but life isn't like that. And there's a magic number is magic, but it can't. It's not like the Pythagorean theorem, like it'll always equal that or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know why I said that. Magic number, continue. Okay, so here's some questions and answers again from the presentation. What steps can you take today to improve your financial status? I put create a Roth IRA and or 401k and save as soon as possible. Also, I mean, it's not like I get to keep it, but have a life insurance policy, or your parents have life insurance policy. That would be nice, because then you just get money when somebody dies. That sounds awful out loud. Let's just stick with the Roth IRA and 401k. How can improved financial status help you seek or obtain your desired career? More money equals more options. Improved financial status for me, being a hairdresser for years, allowed me to purchase my own home, pay off my student loans, pay off my car, allow me to go back to school, which I'm doing now, and to learn business and get my bachelor's degree, and ideally get me into a different career, because I didn't want to do hair anymore. So, an improved financial status allows you more options to do more of what you want to do in your life. Social Security. I just put another slide about this because I was surprised at like how much the government takes out of all these checks and stuff, and it's really not enough. I don't even know why they do it. I mean, it's easier if I were to just keep that money and put it in my own Roth IRA. I don't know why they make us do it. So my retirement would ideally be traveling, beaches, like I said, cocktails in foreign countries or on cruise ships or something. That'd be cool. I want to be one of those old people that's like drinking on a cruise ship and laying out in the sun sipping Mai Tais. That would be an ideal retirement for me. And it says I may have 7,644 a month in Social Security. And just from the figures of what I'm going to have to do and pay for in my retirement, I'm going to need 7,083. So that's what, $500 and then no, not enough money. So you're going to have to get a Roth IRA, 401k. I'm personally going to take out my Social Security as fast as possible and then take that money and just put it in a different account. Hopefully it can make it work for me. So I'm going to take it right as soon as I can. I think you get it at 62. I'm taking my Social Security check as fast as possible. Put that money to use in a better way. How does your career plan fit your short and long-term financial planning goals? So my career plan now is to work at a business, and ideally one that has a 401k with a contribution from my employer. In the short term, nothing's changed too much. I'd like to get my bachelor's and re-enter the workforce. I started working at 16, and I've had a job every year of my life up until then. Now I'd like to go back and get a degree so I can make more money, and with a degree, ideally, I'll be able to have more to prepare for retirement and things like that. So, and in the long term, I need to save more sooner to ensure that if the job is too demanding on my body or whatever, life happens and I have to retire a little bit earlier, or if I just can't take it anymore, it would be nice to know that I'm a little more financially secure. Do you expect that working your desired career will change your goals? I didn't really have a desired career. My goal right now is literally just to get a bachelor's. I wanted to be a hairdresser for years. I did that. Now I don't even know what I want to do. I just want to have a degree, and ideally a business degree, and see what I can do from there. So my goals in learning about financial literacy have actually changed my career options once I graduate. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but now that I'm thinking about it, getting a degree in business will help my long-term goals of being able to retire younger. So, tips to make the class better and the MVP or most valuable project that I did. So my tips for future classes would be PowerPoints that are just for online classes. I noticed when PK had some of the PowerPoints, it was like 20 slides before it was actually for the online courses, versus it's obviously something that was designed for when you're in-person classes. So I thought if you could just knock those out or make them smaller so that it's more tailored for an online class, it would be easier to navigate through the PowerPoints. Extra credit options. Oh, that's not a tip. I just like the fact that you have extra credit options and that all the videos, I think I went to 2 or 3 of them throughout the course of the class, and I actually really enjoyed them and I learned a lot. And so I like those extra credit videos that you did with various guest speakers. They were really good. MVP, most valuable project. The budget. The budget, I think it's the most important project because if you know where your money is going, you can help prepare for when you aren't prepared, or you can prepare for when life throws something at you that you're going to need extra money for, like an emergency. I also think a budget is an excellent tool because it's basically a projection of how much money you can have in the future. So it's more like brainstorming for now, as well as like a roadmap for in the future. So if you had a proper budget for planning for an emergency, planning for if you knew where all your money is going for different types of bills, like my mortgage, the car, the medical emergencies, etc. Like if you have budgets planned for all that stuff, I think it's better than what I was used to doing, which is, you see money and you just spend it, and then the end of the year comes and it's my property tax and it's like I have to find $12,000. So planning that in advance is better, and I don't think very many people know how to budget. So that was the most important project for me. Planning for unprecedented events, an example, ailing family members having to take care of a family member that's sick or something. Let's say I have children in the future, medical costs, and then even unprecedented events of let's say my father passed away, he had life insurance, so I got some some residual money from that, or an inheritance. Let's say both my parents pass, will they have any money for me? Is it gonna come to me? Like, is her social security out, or what is my other than inheritance? Well, you get the point. Just planning for unprecedented events in life. So here's my meme. I did it in the Barbie format. I was gonna do like Barbie and Ken, and it's like Barbie's arrested and she's upset, and then Ken's like that, and I was gonna do like before financial literacy, thinking I can retire at 62, and then Barbie being because she's upset obviously in the picture, and then being this Barbie, did the magic number and cried, So I did it the other Barbie, me and this Barbie opened a Roth IRA, and that's just like a picture of me just now. I just took a selfie. Anyways, that was my project. Thank you all for listening. I had an excellent class. Thank you, PK. Thank you, other students. Have a good day. There we go. How do I close this?